Hi, folks. This is Jim McCloskey and Barry Beach. And we wanted to leave a message since neither of us can attend the Celebration of Life service for Richard, your loved one and good friend. We have an opportunity, the two of us, to at least send this video message to you on behalf of Richard. I guess I'll lead it off for a few comments, and that is Richard and I think a lot of you know, but maybe some of you don't know, that he and I graduated from the same high school, Haverford High School, outside Philadelphia. And Richard, of course, was, I think, 12 years before me. I was the class of 1960. So we certainly had that in common, as we did many other things, including the fact that he and I were avid, I still am, Eagles and Philly fans. And I cherish the time that Richard and I and Barry, who's a Washington football fan, we were in my room, my TV room at my house, watching the Washington Commanders beat the Philadelphia Eagles, much to Barry's pleasure. But the point is, it was great camaraderie for Richard and I and Barry to be together to watch the game in the security and privacy of my home. As you do know, Richard played a significant and instrumental role in freeing and exonerating Barry in Montana. He made God knows how many trips out there.
Richard made 71 trips to the state of Montana. He interviewed over 286 individuals in the community of Poplar, which is a community of 3,000 people. And on top of all the trips and the people that he also attended at least 4 of the court hearings and clemency hearings that we had throughout the process.
Oh, yes. And I was with Richard on a number of those trips, and there wasn't one person in Roosevelt County or the reservation, the Fort Peck Reservation, who did not know Richard Hepburn. Everybody knew him.
Even if it was the gray-haired old man.
Yeah, that was what they referred to,
the
gray-haired old
white
man.
Guy.
He'd lumber along, and in Columbo-style fashion, he would say, I have one more question for you. But the point is, he was a great investigator, street investigator in the field, and he developed a rapport with so many people, which enabled them and gave them the inspiration and courage to come forward and talk and help us exonerate Barry. So I miss him terribly. Richard and I also worked together on the Mark Shan case. Mark is not here tonight, unfortunately. But he and I, Richard and I, made a number of trips up to Springfield, Massachusetts, and other areas in Connecticut and Massachusetts, reinvestigating the Mark Shan case. And again, Richard was instrumental in bringing forward witnesses to tell their story and offer new evidence of innocence that eventually worked together to free and exonerate Mark Shan. So I don't know what we would have done in those 2 cases without Richard. We loved him. One more thing, if I may, and that is that he had a joke. He had a joke for everything, every subject. Yeah. We'd be driving along. I'm driving. He's riding shotgun. We're on our way to Massachusetts. I said, Richard, tell me a baseball joke. And bang, he come out with a very funny, most of the time, funny joke. So I love him. I miss him. We had so much in common. And God bless you, Richard. Rest in peace. Thank you.
On behalf of Centurion Ministries and the freedom that I now enjoy in living my life, I just want to say thank you to Richard Hepburn, all of his family, Christine. Yeah, we wish we could have been there with you guys in person. Our schedules aren't allowing it.
Right.
I hope you'll appreciate the effort that's gone into this message for you and your family, and just how much Richard meant to us. I wouldn't be standing with Jim in Princeton, New Jersey, and living life if it wasn't for the efforts and the trips that Richard made out to the prison, out to the reservation.
Absolutely.
And by the way, he did go into the Indian reservation, the Fort Peck Indian reservation, as an old gray-haired white guy, as they called him,
Right.
you know, and did his work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I can't say enough about just the courage it took to do that.
Sure. Sure.
You know, because a lot of
Yeah.
times he was on his own. He was
Oh,
by
yeah.
himself
Oh, yeah,
out there.
just-
You know,
Just
so
ambling around door to door.
yeah,
And not only that, but a number of the people who he interviewed, by the way, and knocked on their door, were the real killers. The
Yeah.
girls who actually killed
yeah,
Kim Neese, the victim.
Yeah.
So, as Barry
Yeah.
said, yes, it took a lot of courage, but nothing fazed him.
and compassion.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the
Right.
compassion
Well,
for
yeah.
what he was doing and
Sure.
the work that he was. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
we thank you. We appreciate you. We hope that you take this moment of your day in celebrating the life of Richard Hepburn to just know that he's a very, very special human being to us. And we miss him, you know, and like Jim said, rest in peace. We know that heaven has a place for you, and it should have a tennis court.
Yeah. Well, it also should have a TV to watch the Phillies and Eagles too. But anyway, Barry and I are both very sorry that we cannot be there for the luncheon on May 16th. Myself, I'll be on an airplane flying from Dallas back home to Princeton, New Jersey. So God love you all. And I know it's going to be a great luncheon and just wish we were there.